Hello and welcome to the Update Podcast, where we spotlight passion, talent, and voices that shapes our world. Today, we have a very special guest. She is a change maker, a voice for inclusion, and an inspiration for young people across Cameroon and beyond. She is a visionary behind the Lumina Foundation. So without wasting much of our time, let us welcome our beautiful guest. You're welcome.
Thank you. Hello, I am Lufung Desire. I am a master's student at the University of Bamenda. I am the founder of Lumina Foundation for persons with albinism. And we have as a tagline, we shed light on the potentials of young persons, especially persons with albinism.
Wow. So, can you tell us about your journey growing up with albinism?
Oh, quite interesting. I think I have a quite challenging journey as a person with albinism. That is from birth, from the first day, as I was told by my mom. She quite told me that from the first day I was put to birth, she could not handle the surprise of giving birth to a child with albinism. And it was quite challenging because at some point she felt like her baby was exchanged for another person's baby. Lucky enough, I was the only baby that was put to birth on that day. And I mean, that was just the beginning of the challenge, because she could not even bear it that she had a child with albinism. And to that effect, she did not breastfeed me for 3 days as she told me, because she was like, no, she could not actually take it. And the thing, uh, she gave birth to me at home, like she was not married. She gave birth to me at 17.
As a single mom.
Yeah, as a single mom. So just the fact that she gave birth to me again and I came out and she was the community, my grandmother and some other family members were like, I'm a curse. I was a curse because God could not give a baby with albinism to her. And since she had some terrible circumstances surrounding my birth, the fact that my dad died a month before my birth, it was a whole lot on her. So she quite wanted to reject the baby at some point, if not of advice from the doctor. So so from there to the family to school, it's really been a tough journey actually. Because back there in the family, some other siblings will not like to maybe associate with me. Aunties will even give me names. Then in school, in the primary school, secondary school, classmates will not even like to share their benches or desk, as they call it. Yeah, they'll always give me that distance. And to the fact that I have low vision, I had to always sit in front of the class and stuff like that. Friends always mock at me and a whole lot. So it's really been challenging. And even up to the university level, I have, because it's still ongoing, it's not something I have to stop. Yeah. It happens on a daily basis. Going to school, maybe you pass a group of students, they throw slants, they laugh to your hearing. It's not even like they make it to be maybe low that no, they don't consider the fact that maybe you could get that. So it's been quite a tough
So
journey.
we could get that your life has really been a difficult one, a difficult journey from birth.
Yeah.
So right now, with all these things, what are some of the biggest misconceptions you've encountered about the albinism and your situation, maybe with other people you've seen growing up? Have you met other people like yourself? Do people share the same challenges? What are some of those misconceptions that people have?
Okay, the first, like I mentioned earlier, is the aspect that people hold it in mind that albinism is a curse. Why others hold it in mind that albinism is a disease. Others hold it in mind that albinism is maybe a kind of a punishment that maybe the forefathers or maybe God himself gives to someone who does maybe something wrong, like a way of paying back.
Yeah, just like karma, your karma on earth.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay, now there is this funny thing people talk about albinism. So from what I heard, let's say, in some villages, when you have an albino in your family, is a sign of wealth. And some people go as far as saying if they have some kind of sexual relations with an albino, it's some sort of a sacrifice. So they enjoy have money. Is that true?
Yeah, exactly. These are some of the myths that I was about to mention. Those are the sticks in my mind. Basically, back then I remember there was a barber in the quarter who always do my haircut. So when he does it, he takes the hair, he kills the hair, like he separates the hair from that of dark people. And then at some point I was tempted to ask him, because I had to tell my mother that each time this man cuts my hair, he keeps it. So he got to an extent that he came to my mom because he was not actually from my village. So he told my mom that could she like officially give her the permission to always take my hair. Then my mom was like, why or for what reason? So he was like, he uses it for like he sells it to someone who does to a herbalist.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
and
they're actually using it for something.
then most people believe that albinism is a source of wealth because passing like in the market in Ghana, there's one woman who told me that she wanted me to get married to his son so that he could tap from the blessings of me being an albino, and today I'm still trying to figure out how that's even possible. And even back there in school in Bambi, there's a guy that actually visits, and when he does it, he tries to make video calls with me, and he's kind of showing his friends that he has his source of wealth and things like that. And he also told me that maybe the reason that he's coming close to me is because he believes that persons with albinism do not die.
Oh,
That
wow.
persons with albinism do not die, and they hardly contract diseases like maybe sexual related.
So is that part kind of true? Are
No,
you like
no.
sick or you encounter things?
No, I always
Or
have
you live
just
a normal life?
no, I live a very normal life. I could have malaria type for that other people have. But there's one big challenge too with albinism,
Which is
cancer, skin cancer, the fact that we don't have enough melanin. You know, I even forgot to maybe tell many other people about what albinism is actually. Albinism is just a genetic condition. It's biological. Yeah, it's a genetic condition that maybe the gene that is responsible for the production of melanin or color in the body, as we do not have that on our body, that's why our skin color, our eye color, our hair tend to have lighter color. Yeah,
so it means everybody or every albino is prone to skin cancer.
you are prone to skin cancer just if you expose your body to the sun. As the skin cancer comes only from sun rays.
Okay. So that's why you have to protect yourself all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay. Now I want to ask, what was there a defining moment in your life that inspired you to start advocating for persons with albinism?
Yeah, at some point, I felt like giving up. Yeah, I felt like giving up on life as a whole. I took a week off school. I meditated on my life. I meditated on the whole surrounding. I meditated on people that tend to associate with me and the misconceptions, the stigma, the trauma, and a whole lot. I was like, I want to maybe just end it all at this stage because it was really getting tough to me. Thanks to a friend, Margaret, if I might mention the name. So, yeah, she had a brief interview with me, and I mean, she had a project and she had to interview me. So through the interview, my junior sisters had to also see what they feel living with me, having an elder sister who's an albino. Yeah, so when I heard them talk, I was like, wow, it means that even with all these things, I still have people who believe in me, people who look up to me despite the fact that I am an albino. And my amazing mom who has never given up to me, giving up on me. She is my greatest inspiration. And so through that, that was the defining moment that I said, okay, since I have these people, I'm actually the first daughter, the first child in my home. Yeah, so I was like, so since I have these people who are looking up to me, what if I give up at this point? What would my life look like if I'm not there? Because through the interview, they spoke words that actually ignited some spirit in me. Yeah.
So I could say your family is the main reason why you started the foundation.
My family and myself.
And yourself. So if I say you are speaking for everyone. You're speaking for everyone with the same condition
Yeah.
that you have.
Yeah.
So you're out there to like look into their case.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually.
So now tell us, what does Lumina stand for? What does it mean? Is it your name? Is it I don't know.
Okay, my name actually is Lufung, but Lumina has absolutely nothing to do with my name.
Okay.
Yeah, Lumina means light. Because when I checked and checked and checked, I saw that I am that light that sparks every room that I step in.
Wow.
That's because I've had experience that and I've had feedback. It shows that without knowing, I create impact. So why not create the impact while I know that I actually create it? So Lumina is just like light, it's just like the standing force behind me. That is just the light that sheds the path for me. So that's the inspiration or that's the vision behind the Lumina.
Okay. So take it that your foundation is like a light.
Yeah.
Alright. So can you share with us one of the most impactful success stories of the foundation? For how long have you been in the
Okay.
when did you start it, and what are really the impactful stories that you've had with the foundation?
You might be surprised to hear I've just existed for 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've just existed for 2 months and I've gone to about 4 places within 2 months. And I mean, it was just like a joke from the beginning because when I started, I just had a small flyer. I just wanted a little WhatsApp group where I could talk to a group of people. So I had a small flyer on my VP. And it happened that there was a seminar in town and I got to the CEO to be part of the seminar. And I don't know what happened. She checked my DP and she was like, oh, I did not know her. I had never met her before. So she got to my inbox and she was like, can you please tell me more about what you do? I was like, no, ma'am, I don't do anything. I just wanted a space where I could talk to people. Even, I don't mind even if it's 5 or 10 people. So she was like, okay, why don't I give you an opportunity to talk to a crowd? Yeah, I was like, wow, I'll be honored. So she told me to do a banner, a logo. That was the push force behind the banner and the logo that I have now. So when I got there, I had an audience of about 120 people.
Wow.
I spoke to them. From there, within the audience, I had other audience that have been inviting me to talk about Lumina and what I do. So we've just been there for 2 months, and the greatest impact I can say I've created is the fact that I've done that awareness. I have 126 members in my WhatsApp group within a space of 2 months who happen to buy the vision. I don't know if all, but I believe that if someone is in a group, I mean the person should have something to benefit from.
So is the group specifically for people with albinism or is a general?
No, it's a general group. I cannot be fighting for inclusion and then I put just a specific group of people.
So
it's
that
general.
group you can find those.
Yeah, there are persons with
Okay.
albinism, there are parents of persons with albinism, there are friends of persons with albinism, and there are lovers of persons with albinism.
Okay, so do you feel like your work is actually bringing light to the society?
Yes, I think so. My work actually does because from the post, when I had an activity from the sessions I have, the seminar where I spoke to, I had it on my Facebook page, and from there people have been giving feedback. And there's a lady who has contacted me from Germany, and she's like she buys the visual. She supports me. She gives me that courage on daily basis, and she was actually surprised to hear that we go through these kind of conditions back here in Cameroon. So I think that it's creating impact because if it was not then I wouldn't have been having these people because even just through the Facebook page, the majority of people I'm having in the WhatsApp group, they go through the page, they see what's happening there, and then you see their parents or persons that are living there. They'll come to you and they're like, okay, how can I be part of this? And that's it.
Okay, but I know the foundation is not the only foundation that advocates for people with albinism and the rest. So what can you tell people, like what does your foundation, how does it differ from every other foundation still talking about albinism? Because I know a lot of people have been talking about this thing on TV, on radio, on social media, everywhere. We hear people talking about albinism. So how does your own foundation differ from others people?
Okay, I think first of all, I think anything that someone wants to do and you don't begin with yourself is actually nothing. Like a change without, like if you want to change and you're not that change, then it's nothing. Yes. So I believe that mine is making that difference because first of all, I'm a youth, I'm a young girl, I am active, I am vibrant, I can do a whole lot of things. And with that, I think it is much more different because as an active person, you get to maybe multitask to do a whole lot of things. Maybe you have that you have the spaces to talk to a whole lot of people within a short period of time. Because let's take for example that if it was maybe adult led or parents led, Instagram or mothers who might not be able to maybe navigate the digital space, they will not, the information might at some point be limited because you'll not be able to reach to them. So first of all, from the fact that I'm active, I'm digital, and I do not look at my challenges as maybe a setback for me. I try to navigate over the challenges. So I think that is a strong a stepping stone towards
Okay, now let's say for some of us who don't have that condition, we may not actually know what you guys are going through. So can you enlighten us on the kind of the day-to-day challenges that we face that some of us are not even aware of?
Okay, that is quite interesting. Talking about the challenges, I think the first challenge we have is the fact that we are not just supposed to have anything to do with sunlight.
Wow.
Because sunlight, first of all, it limits, generally, persons with albinism have eye condition like vision. They have issues with vision. Some even get worse to the extent that they get blind. So just from the fact that we have that low vision, we're not supposed to have exposure to sunlight. So that is the first challenge. Secondly, the cancer aspect of it, because being exposed in sunlight, you have that direct touch with the sun rays. And again, I think the stigma, which is the core of it, the stigma, the misconceptions, the myths. Because many people, I've had people who maybe come close to me after they notice that I'm actually a friendly person. They're like, wow, do you know you're actually the first person with abusing that I'm coming close to? I'm like, what's happening? What happens to the others? And maybe you hear things like, I'm always afraid to touch them. I'm always afraid of their body, their hair color. And some people even say persons with albinism have skin odor. And
Yes.
I will not refuse. I will not refuse. That's because if you have skin cancer, obviously you should have skin odor. Because it takes a whole lot.
That's where this odor comes from for those who already have this cancer.
Yeah. So I spoke of the eye detection, I spoke of the sun, spoke of cancer, and then I'm talking about the society now. The society is one of our greatest challenges.
So do you think society is actually discriminating against people with albinism?
From experience, yes. The capital, yes. Because I've had situations, a whole lot of them that you might ask. I will not want to even talk about them now because at some point when I want to talk about them, they get me so emotional. I've had cases where I leave town and arrive by me to get a bag and I know carrying the color from outside.
Oh.
Even to get in a taxi, someone gets in, open the door and sees you sitting and then they step out and let it on like and let it go. Yeah, kind of. So it's really, yeah. So that things that we say that I will not, and then it limits me a whole lot because before I get close to somebody now, I check like, oh God, what would this person will feel? How would this person will feel walking with me or maybe walking with me on the road? And at some point when I'm walking with somebody, I just want to leave that distance. I don't want people to feel I'm walking with this person. They not go laugh my pikin say you want that kind of thing. So that's it. I always try not to inconvenience any person. And that boils down maybe to relationship, love life. Because it's difficult. I just really refuse to get into relationships or anything more kind of because
so if you're diving into a relationship and you're talking like that doesn't mean you're still single.
No, I'm single.
You know you cannot stay away for long, right?
Maybe not for now.
Yeah, but obviously we pray you definitely find love and somebody who accepts you as you are and treats you the right way because you're already fighting for it. So I think anybody that comes close to you should understand you as a person, not you as someone living with albinism. I wish that I think that's what you're fighting for.
Yeah, I think so.
So we hope this foundation will actually go a long way and help not just you but every other person in the same condition. Okay, now if you could change one systemic barrier overnight, what would it be?
Might. Because people tend to believe what they hear than what they know.
True.
You just grow up hearing that persons with albinism are curses. You believe. You get that albinism is a disease, you believe, without actually getting to maybe to know about it. So that is even the main reason behind Lumina, because we want to create that awareness. We want to try as much as possible that people get to understand the concept of albinism before just drawing conclusions.
You know, at times the environment in which we grow in plays a lot. For example, you can see maybe you grew up in a village, an entire village where they have never set their eyes on a white skinned person, and then all of a sudden they come across someone with albinism, and then they're like, why is this person different? And then not only they're telling them that this is still from Africa, because if you tell them that okay, this person is coming from far away, maybe it's understandable, but you tell the person that this is from Africa, maybe from your village, and he looks around and everybody is dark skinned and he sees you. I mean, definitely it scares them. It scares them. So at times you will not just blame everybody, but then we hope that whatever you're fighting for, and we are all here, so together we are fighting for it. Yes. So we hope that things will definitely change soon. So, from your experience from the primary, secondary, and the university now, what role do you think schools should play in the fight against this victimization of people with albinism?
Okay, I think schools are like second homes, and if parents are ignorant, let me say so, about albinism, the school has a very big role to play. You know, a school setting is just to nurture the child. It's like bringing up a child. So I think whatever you tell a child in school sticks. Have you ever had an experience with a little baby that comes home and then he's like, my madam said 2 plus 2 is 6. And then you are trying to tell her, no, 2 plus 2 is 4. She's insisting that 2 plus 2, my madam said. So I think with school, they can, first of all, they can put it, they can put it in the curriculum. Maybe when they're talking about disability, they should also focus on albinism, because I have friends, my very best friend is a girl who is blind, and when you want to check, when they talk of disability, you mostly see people that are handicapped, you see visual impairment, you see hearing impairment, but I've not really seen that much focus on albinism, because you see now they are now putting infrastructural considerations in the school curriculum. So I think that if they also consider the fact that there are persons with albinism who are in the cycle of persons with disability, and then we try to put up the curriculum in a way that can favor as well persons with albinism, will go a long way, especially when it comes to maybe the charts that they use in class, the boards, and maybe when they're drawing figures for those with albinism and might not have lenses that could maybe balance the vision. So yeah, they could do it in such a way that even if they're using this chart in class, they should be picking it. Then they'll go a long way. Because I'm talking from experience. Back there in your primary school, you know, with the fact that we are so many in class, if you don't struggle, that you struggle, you'll not be able to see what is on the board. And me leaving the back bench to go and stand right in front there and see, bro, it's not easy. It's not easy. The fact that you just have to be walking in class from there to there, you know, when you go late at some point, you have to sit behind. So if I don't fight my seat with whom nobody even wants to share with me, then
where you are right now.
Actually, no, it's a bit better in university because I can have my soft copy notes. I can listen to lectures and graph whatever. I don't even, at some point I did not do biology, I did not do maths because I could not from a distance, see what is written on the board. I could not see the drawing because my mom I'm from a very low income family. Yeah. To the fact that she has 6 of us and she's a single mom, it's not easy. So I have to fight for myself. I have to get whatever I want by myself. So it's just not that I've had the income to get places that school is a bit more favorable for me. So one more of those who do not have those opportunities. So the school has to first of all consider albinism when they're drawing the curriculum. Do they should add maybe sensitizing topics in maybe English language could do, or any even in this biology when that is biology when it comes to genetics, they could lay more emphasis on that with the fact that they are trying to let the people know that among us there are people that are somehow different just with the color though, because there's nothing that a dark skinned person can do that I cannot do this. Yes. So I think the school has that role, could do sensitization awareness and then include the fight for inclusivity.
So have you tried reaching out to some schools to see if you could have a talk with students, or maybe in a university where you are, have you gone maybe to your faculty to like try to give them a hint on things like that? So if they don't have it in mind, they should start looking forward to it.
Like I said, for just 2 months for it.
But do you
It's
think
an idea,
about
yeah,
it?
it's a very brilliant one because I have when I started this vision was during the last second semester exam, so I got to my HOD. Because I actually won an award in Yaoundé, and then when I went to present it to her, I told her that I have this vision, it's burning in me, I need to put it down on paper. And she's like, she's 100% behind me, whatever I want to do, I should let her know. So with this, thank you very much again. I need to get back to her, so we see how we can go about that.
That's a good start. Okay, so how can ordinary people like myself or any other person, how can we contribute in changing the narrative about albinism?
I think awareness is just the advocacy, rather, because you cannot advocate when you are not aware, right? Yeah, you need to be aware. So, I can play my part maybe by creating the awareness. Maybe individuals could help me in the road or on the journey, sorry,
Yeah.
on the advocacy journey. So we create it, and especially I'm just so lucky because I'm in a digital context where we could use our WhatsApp status, we could use Facebook, we could use TikTok, we could use other platforms to create that awareness. So I think individuals could only help by first of all understanding the concept of albinism, because you cannot say it, you have to know what you're saying actually. And actually, if you don't buy the idea too, because if you don't buy the idea, you'll be like, it's nothing. So we need to spread the information, make it go. Wow,
Alright, so what message will you give to young children living with albinism? What message can you give them? Because definitely you know how they are struggling, maybe their confidence is like being played upon, and the fact that they are not really being accepted into society the way they should. What kind of message do you think you can give them if, let's say, they are watching you right now and then you want to talk to them to boost them up? What can you tell them?
Okay, I will tell them that they are unique. That is the first thing, because albinism has its way of uniqueness that once you accept it, they are good to go. So they should know that they are unique and the society needs them. There is something in them that the society needs to hear or to know. Because if they don't first of all accept who they are, then I don't know how they're going to go about it. But first of all, I would like to tell them that first of all, you have to accept yourself for who you are. You love yourself for who you are. And then you should be grateful to God for making you an albino. Because at some point we are like I don't know how to say it. We call a lot of attention. And you should be calling attention with some kind of boldness in you, because maybe at some point people should not look up to you and then maybe you fall them down or you fail them. You understand now? Yeah, so I'll just tell them that first of all, you accept yourself for who you are. You have to believe that you are beautifully created. You are unique, and there's a whole lot in you that the world needs to hear. Imagine that I did not accept myself, or I did not accept my condition, and then where would I have been? Or maybe people will not be listening to me today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they need to get out of their shells. They should not stay at the comfort of their homes.
Being afraid
Yeah,
to
they
go
shouldn't
out.
be scared of it. The world is waiting for them.
So in other words, they should use their uniqueness as some sort of favor.
Yeah.
Because if already there's this sort of attraction towards you, then you use it in your favor. So whatever you do definitely will attract people towards you.
And before that, there's this lady who got me on Facebook and she was like, she wants to get like, how do I take care of my body and stuff like that. So I took her contact and then we've been talking about something. It happens that she has two children. Or the other one is 11 months, the other one is 2 to 3 years. They're all albino. And then it happened that she had the children here in town and she had never visited the village all through. So she called me just 2 days back and she was like, when she got to the village, her mother-in-law saw her and then started crying with the babies. So she was like, why should her mother-in-law be crying? And the woman was like, hey, how would these children even grow? How would these children even take care of themselves? How did she even go to the extent of even having children with albinism for her son and stuff like that? And then the woman like actually cried. So she told me that when she heard all of that, she was traumatized. But the only thing she did was that she took her phone, opened to my page on Facebook, and showed that woman, showed my pictures, showed some of my videos and the things that I'm doing. And from there, the woman even asked her to call so she could talk to me and stuff like that. The only thing that is limiting me now from going there to actually meet the woman in person and talk to her is the distance because she's far at Ijikumbu. But whenever I have the opportunity, I give, if you change the mindset of that grandmother, I mean, the whole community will be changed. Because when other parents will be talking about that child should be the one to tell them that, if you know what you can carry. So yeah, so that is it. They need to be aware of it.
Wow. I guess you're really going a long way already. So let's walk you back to your younger self. Let's say you're talking to maybe 10-year-old you. What will you tell her as compared to what you asked her? So what can you tell your younger self?
Okay, I'll tell my younger self, I'll be like, hello, little desire. Do you know you're beautiful? Do you know you're brave? And do not ever let the society play down on you. Be you, be unique, be brave. Do not try to play another person's role. Because if you get there, you will not overcome it. Accept you for you and be you. I'll tell myself that.
Wow, this is very interesting. I mean, listening to you and all this information is, I think, for everyone that will actually follow up with this program will be so interested to know more and will definitely want to help in one way or the other. So now let's suppose there is a listener somewhere, viewer somewhere who wants also to make a difference. How do they start? What simple action can they take today, right now, like to begin in their advocacy? How can they begin?
Okay. I think they can begin by actually getting to know what albinism is all about. Because when you have the knowledge, when you have that understanding, then you'll be able to spread out the information clearly and concisely. So if there is a listener, I'll plead with the listener to help get the information to many listeners out there. Because persons with albinism go through a lot. There are some that tend to commit suicide. There are some that tend to drink poison. There are some that tend to even drown just because of the circumstances that surround them. I read a post on LinkedIn and it happens that they are using persons for albinism for ritual in a certain African country. I can't remember the name right now. So I think just a single share of the information will go a long way. Just a share, just one.
So if let's say since you are here and we want to work with you, and so I'm thinking most of our viewers will also want to work with you because they are seeing you are talking from experience, you are seeing what you have lived from childhood, and I think any other person can really see that it has not been an easy journey for you.
Yeah,
And if we have to accompany you to the rest of this journey, then a lot of them will need to get in contact with you. So if you can give them your Facebook handle, maybe they could go to Facebook and try to search through and get exactly what you're working on and see how they could help in one way or the other. So give your exact Facebook name or the name of the foundation that's on Facebook, something like that, that will easily get to you.
Okay, for my social media handles, I am on Facebook with the name Lufung Desire. Then on Facebook still for Lumina Foundation, so Foundation for Persons with Albinism. That's the foundation page. Lumina Foundation for Persons with Albinism.
Okay.
Then my personal profile, Lufung Desire, and then on LinkedIn, Lufung Desire. On TikTok, Desire.
So I guess for our viewers, they'll already have where to get to you.
Yeah.
So we all will join you in the fight against this stigmatization and everything. Okay, so now let's imagine 10 years from now. What kind of life thing, what's the ideal society for person with albinism look like?
Okay, according to me and according to my plans and goals in the next 10 years, I envisage a society that is free of stigma. It's free of stigma, though it might be difficult, but I just believe that if I put a lot of effort, it's going to happen. I believe so much in that. So I envisage a society that is free of stigma, that is inclusive, that accepts persons with albinism, and I also envisage a society that has free healthcare, like has healthcare facilities for persons with albinism. Because despite the fact that we have this skin disease, the vision, the treatments are always very, very expensive, especially when it comes to skin cancer if you get one. Yeah, the sunscreen, the eye care check, and all the like is always very expensive. So I envisage a society that has access to healthcare for persons with albinism. I mean, maybe doctors that are specific just for persons with albinism. I don't know if there is one year environment. I've not made one year. But for the eye care check, I think that is okay. So I just envisage a free stigma society and inclusive society. That aspect.
Yeah, okay. So now can you describe to us like one moment you felt truly celebrated and accepted for who you are?
I think I cannot even talk about it. The first seminar I had that July 26, 2025 at Hip Hop Building at the Bloom Summit seminar that had was organized by Purpose in Action. Yeah, I felt like I was satisfied. I was actually trembled when I was mounting the stage, but when I got there and then the applause, the praises, the silence, the people were nodding. I felt like I was being heard. I felt like the message was being given out in the right way and then it was given to the right audience. So that was amazing for me.
Wow, that's good to know. So I want to ask, what is that one question about albinism you wish people should actually ask, but they never do?
Okay, I wish people could ask me in simple terms what albinism is all about. Just that, because it will surround a whole lot, it will surround everything. So just what albinism is all about.
Wow. Well, then I guess from our charts and everything, people already have an idea about what albinism is, and if they wish to know more, they can easily get to it.
Okay.
So wow, this is really, 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 really interesting, and we are so happy having you here and having to hear much about these things. I know most of these myths that we're getting here and there, at least for now, I think that a lot of them that are cleared on my head now, and I'm sure most of our viewers as well, they have that. So what advice do you have for the younger generation? Not just for the younger ones who are doing this, but every other person.
Am I not the younger generation?
Sorry, I don't like not too young though. What advice can you give to our young people, like yourself. Every young one out there, be it male, female, living with albinism or not, so long as they're young.
Okay.
What advice can you give?
So I would tell my fellow young people that acceptance is vital. It's very important. I mean, just accepting everyone for who they are. Just giving everyone that safe space. You know, when you give somebody a safe space, the person is just free and open, the person is flexible, the person does not have maybe to be timid around you and kind of. So I think the first thing I would tell the general population is to accept people no matter who they are. And as well, we should create a space that everyone is free of communication, maybe free to talk and stuff like that. Because you know, when you get to a certain stage among the youth, you know, when you just step into a hall, this, even if you are not an albino, maybe people will bring you down because maybe you're dressing, the way you walk, maybe you have dark spots, maybe you are fat, maybe you are tall and stuff like that. So I just want to tell my young people that it is good we accept people for who they are, no matter what surrounds them. Yes. To make the world a very lively place for everybody. I mean, it will reduce a whole lot the rate of trauma, and reduce the rate of suicide, it will reduce many things. Yeah, it will open doors for many people. And again, please, dear young people, we have to be very, very proactive. We have to be very proactive. You know, the world is very competitive now, such that if you are a young person and you get to sit down there hoping for one Dangote man to come and get married to you, it might fail you. No matter whether you're a girl or a boy, you know, you need to take up some responsibilities. Let's not just sit there and hope for things to happen. Let's take up the initiative to do things for ourselves.
Manna doesn't fall from heaven.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Even if it falls, it comes with a price, a big one at that.
Yeah. Wow, that's a great advice for us, and it was a pleasure having you with us, and we hope in your journey you will find time to visit us again.
Oh, I
Because
will.
we definitely love to know how far the mission is going and everything, how inclusive the society is becoming. So we are very grateful having you here with us. Yeah, thank you. Wow. Okay, there we have it. It was a very, very, very great episode with our lovely guests. And so we will say, you stay tuned with our updates every week on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. And don't forget, it's the updates podcast with an S. We'll see you next week for another episode. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.